Hey, this is Lotus Comic Express. We're here live with the director and also a good friend of mine, Ryan Bellgardt. He's amazing. His movie, Army of Frankensteins, had a panel that he actually had background stuff to, and he kind of shared a little bit about that at his panel. So let's get right down to it, and we'll. How's it going today, sir?
I'm doing great, and thanks for having me on the show. I'm excited to be here at SoonerCon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So first off, how are you actually enjoying SoonerCon and all of that?
I love SoonerCon. I mean, it's grown every year, and it seems like every time I come back, it's just bigger and better.
Yes, sir.
And I think this year was the best because we had an Army of Frankensteins panel.
I mean, it was
I'm
amazing.
kidding.
By the way,
I'm kidding.
Nate, I hear, is actually your special effects guy.
That's right, Nate Bright. He worked on the special effects makeup for the movie, doing a lot of the creatures, and a lot of the gory, bloody effects and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
And he is amazing. He did a great job.
No, I think you did an awesome job. If I remember correctly, being an extra, he was actually one of your characters actually in the movie.
That's right. There's a mutated cat monster in the movie, and Nate went ahead with the help of his partner and makeup artist Jenna Green.
Yes, sir.
They spent 8 hours working to put Nate inside this mutated cat makeup. It was crazy because what they did is he was basically not wearing anything except underwear, and they took this yards of fur, and she would pluck out a little tuft of it and then glue it to his body, and they did that for his entire body. It took him about 8 hours to get him completely covered in fur and glue to be the cat monster.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then he came to the set and he said, by the way, I'm extremely flammable. I'm covered in glue. And we were like, well, our scene is at a campfire and our actor's going to be waving a torch at you. I hope that's okay. So it was maybe it was a little dangerous, but luckily we all got out of there alive. That's good. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now, I hear that you did a lot of background stuff to the panel this weekend as far as your movie goes. How did that actually go in retrospect to maybe doing another setting like a Dead Film Festival to, SoonerCon, for example?
Well, the difference here was that we, at a film festival we would show the movie to people, but what we did here was just kind of do a behind the scenes showing some kind of the making of, We did some before and afters and showed some short clips and, just some to hopefully pique people's interest and make people want to see it. And the people that were there seemed to enjoy it and had a lot of good questions, so it was fun.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, I really appreciate being in your movie, in fact. I mean, the drunk guy at the bar, that was pretty funny. And hit my head like 20 times for Ryan. Glad that's over, right?
Well,
but
that's part of movie making, and I'm sorry about that. But we had him. We had you slam on your head on the. You're supposed to act drunk and then hit your head on the table, and he did it about 20 times for us. And then I hate to say it, but we cut that actual part out of the movie. I feel terrible. I feel terrible, but we do see you in the movie. Technically, the back of your head is still there.
Yeah, that's true.
We just had to start this. We had to start the shot after you'd already hit your head.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that.
Tylenol, guys. Tylenol. Gotta bring it to the right set,
But no, it helps with the crazy Joker thing, though, right?
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
So, with future projects, are you going to take a break as far as after Army of Frankensteins? Are you actually going to take a break, or is there? Can we expect a sequel of some sort in the future?
I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but one thing I'm not going to do is take a break.
Okay.
So I know that I'm going to move forward. I've got there's a movie idea that we have that I don't have a whole lot of details for you or anything, but there's a movie idea I want to do, and then Lotus Comics Press first breaking news story. I'm planning on writing a part 2 and a part 3 for Army of Frankensteins.
That's awesome.
I'm planning on it. That's
awesome.
I can't promise anything. I'm planning. That's what I want to do.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So thanks.
And I hear the good news on Facebook just got released today. As far as it's actually going to be premiered, or is it actually going to be on DVD or in Japan?
That's right. It's going to be released in Japan on DVD on August 2nd, and the whole country will be able to go to the store and buy our movie on DVD.
That's amazing.
So I'm excited about that.
I am too.
What do you think they'll think about it over there?
I think it's going to be amazing, and I think over there they're going to love it.
I hope so.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
I hope so. We've got some friends of ours that had a movie premiere in Japan, and it's been really fun to watch the reaction. and things like fan art, and people really get behind their movie, and I'm just like, I hope that we get something like that. That'd be really fun to see people's reaction and see people react to the movie and like the movie like that. Or, hopefully it'll happen. We'll see.
Let's see, my favorite character in your movie was absolutely the Doctor, Count Gregor. John Ferguson, for all retrospect, but Count Gregor to me. But yeah, he was absolutely amazing. John Gregor himself in the movie, there's no other better person that could have played the Doctor. I mean, really.
I remember coming to, when we had the idea for the film, I went up to John, who's a good friend, and I said, John, I've got a, we've worked together a lot before, but I've got a character in a movie that you would be 100% perfect for. It's a Dr. Frankenstein type character. Would you be willing to do it? And he said, that's a character that he's always wanted to play.
Really?
Yeah. And so I said, well, let's do it. And because usually he's known for a vampire. Right. Count Gregor is a vampire, but he really makes an amazing mad scientist, and it was a joy to work with in the film, and just like I agree with you, one of the highlights of the movie was having John Ferguson as the mad scientist. He
was absolutely great. And as far as your directing of the actual movie was amazing as well. I mean, you could tell every part of the movie. I mean, from start to end, I was on my seat. Absolutely on my seat.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad you liked it.
I loved it, man.
Thank you.
It was really good, and it was really fun to be a part of that.
Well, it's kind of cool to see. I would imagine, to be an extra in a scene, it's probably and not really know what the story is, and just sort of show up at the bar and sit there and do the scene, and then to see the movie later, I bet you were probably like, okay, well, that's weird.
It's pretty true. That's pretty much my thought process. But in the whole 2 years, you told me it was 2 years that late nights and all of that stuff, did you expect it ever to be this big after?
I didn't expect anything at all, to be honest. People asked me at the beginning what were my expectations and what was I planning to do with it. And I said, man, here's my promise is that I'll finish it. And that when I finish it, we'll have a big party, and I'll rent out a theater, and all the cast and crew and friends and family can come see it. And if anything else happens beyond that, it's gravy,
Awesome.
And so for anything to happen past that, being released in Japan or being able to play festivals or be here at SoonerCon talking to you about it,
yes, sir.
It's all just gravy to me, and really cool, and just something that it fuels the fire to make me want to continue to put myself through what it takes to make a movie for another 2 years and do it again,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, just last but not least, do you have any favorite stories during the 2 years that you guys actually filmed it and all of that? Other than, of course, Nate's and the special effects story that you gave us earlier.
Oh boy, there's a lot of good stories, but I think one of the funny stories is when our Frankenstein monster and the makeup artist, there she is, were driving down the highway to come to our shoot because he had just finished putting on his full Frankenstein makeup, and he was driving to the set and ran out of gas on the highway, and so Jenna and the Frankenstein monster had to get out of the car, and it was raining, and walk down the highway as Frankenstein and to go with a gas can, I guess, to go get some gas for the car. So and I can only imagine what that must have looked like to people driving by,
right?
And there was a couple of other times, I think, where they, on the way to the set, they'd be in full makeup and stop into grocery stores and things, and it was pretty crazy. But there's millions of really fun stories. We had a lot of fun making the movie, and people seem to have fun watching it. So I'm excited to get it out there and let people see it.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you very much for being on the show. And for people at home that may not know about Army of Frankensteins, is there a place that they can go to, fan site, or maybe a website that they can go to support you?
It's real easy to find us on Facebook. You can just search for Army of Frankensteins on Facebook, or AOF Movie will get you there too.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Thank you again for being here.
Hey, my pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Come check out Lotus Comic Express. You heard it here first. Ryan Bellgardt, awesome director. I bet he's going to do a lot more, and I can't wait for the sequel.
I would kiss you right now, but I wouldn't want to get that lipstick on my face.
You heard it here first at Lotus Comics. Check out lotuscomics.com, and we'll see you here soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.